Randy Moller, our next guest here. NHL stud, broadcast stud. I mean,
you got me on this. You're videotaping me or whatever, and I'm looking at the camera there, and it does make me look fat.
No, you look terrific. What are you talking about?
Great.
And that's the other thing too that I can't believe it. I'm coming in or whatever. What's this Solano? He's the king of media now.
Oh my God, Solana, can't avoid him.
I can't turn on anything, and I see him on the. He's on TV. He's on radio, podcasts.
Oh, yeah, he's been doing CBS 4 Sunday nights with Mike Cugno.
I almost fell off my couch.
Solana, you think there's a chance you might be overexposed at a young age?
You guys hiring over at Bally, Moller?
Oh, man,
put him between the benches. You'll do that a couple of times.
Oh, he'd drive Moller crazy.
So what happened Tuesday night? So we were talking with Plagans. This bad loss Saturday to Buffalo. All of a sudden, they go into Tampa.
Yeah.
I mean, look like world beaters. I didn't give them a chance in hell leading up to that night. I was, especially with no Barkov and no Bennett. You know, you're like, this just doesn't add up, and they handled their business. So how do you go like?
Yeah.
How do you do that all season long?
Well, I'll be honest with you. My expectations were that they were going to go in and the Panthers and work hard, but they would have to play an absolute perfect game, and Bobrovsky would have to have 55 saves and all that kind. And really, they didn't, and they just executed, and all lines were really in sync, and the defense were really up with the play, and they were working together. And then the other thing too, I think Tampa, they just, after the Panthers got up 3-0, they got frustrated, and then they just kind of unraveled in that. But that's great to see, and like you mentioned, especially without their two top centermen in Barkov and Bennett. But good on them, and I'm really happy for Eetu Loisterinen and Anton Lundell and Eric Stahl and even Colin White and the centerman that had to go onto the ice now for the last few games. They played exceptionally well, and that's a positive. It makes it exciting. Now, can they follow up with that? Because we're hearing that Barkov and Bennett are probably not going to play again tonight. We're hoping that they're back Saturday against Pittsburgh. Can they do it again? And that's the challenge, and that's why we watch pro sports, and that's why we're fans of the Panthers and fans of hockey. Because to tie all that up, in the NHL now, no lead is safe, and anybody can beat anybody on a given night, and it's been proven night after night after night. And that's what I think makes it exciting. And hopefully the Panthers have the same recipe tonight against Nashville. It will be disappointing if they drop this game. Nashville's missing a couple of their key players. They traded away a couple here at the trade deadline, a couple of their key players and that. So, but you never know. You just never know. It's all about execution. We'll see if the Panthers can do it tonight.
And Moller, you say recipe, which last segment you were sitting here, you heard us talking about the Heat and their identity. What is the Panthers' identity now, and can they consistently keep that going now that they only have 20 games left and head into the playoffs?
Well, yeah, I think their identity is still playing at a high level of speed and attack mode, and they're second in the league in defenseman goals. They're fourth in the league in defenseman points. So why I'm saying that is their defense is a big part of their offense. And with Montour and Ekblad and Forsling, and they're all coming and helping out and following up the play and keeping the play alive and driving towards the net is another option, whatever. I mean, that's a big identity. And it was last year when they won the President's Trophy and scored the gazillion goals. That hasn't changed. I think the Panthers right now, they're trying to get a good balance of defense and offense, and then without sacrificing each, and that's difficult to do. And they've struggled in stretches this season of that. Maybe concentrating too much on defense and then maybe too much on offense, and that they got to find the balance. The big thing for me, and I make myself nauseous saying it because I say it so often, in that it is a special teams league. If you are good on penalty killing and you're good on the power play, you're going to win 95% of the games. It's that simple. The statistics break it down that way. If you're 2 for 4 on the power play and 4 for 4 in the penalty killing, you won the game 95% of the time. Wow. And the Panthers have struggled. They've gone, they've only have a couple of power play goals over the last handful of games, and their penalty killing has improved, and that was one of the reasons they won in Tampa, because they killed off 4 out of 5. That was a big reason. But it's a special team league. It's a skill league, and so many games that we watch or what we're part of with the Panthers is the skilled players will dictate how the game is going to develop and ultimately end through their skill. And what better way that your skill comes out is on the special teams like power play. And that's where the Panthers, these last 21 games, they have to really be strong on their special teams. They can do it. They've got all the personnel to do it. That is going to be the key for me, for them to really stay in this playoff race and hopefully get a wild card spot.
And Mo, this is the second year now. I remember talking about the power play, the special teams.
Yep.
And I don't say I haven't figured it out yet, but on the power plays, is it the guys? Is it schematics? Because we have some talented scorers.
You look at the Panthers lead the league in average shots per game. And a lot of those shots are obviously when they're on the power play. So they're getting quality chances. I think it's just a part of execution. There's been so many times in games where it's early in the game, they get a power play, it's 0-0 or 1-1, or they're down by 1 or up by 1 or what, and they get a power play. And if they would score on that power play, man advantage, it would just change the whole dynamic of the game. Now they're up 2-0, or now they've taken a 1-0 lead, and you can play differently when you have the lead. And that's gone by the wayside, and that's been a little bit frustrating. I think they're 27th in the league in a 32-team league in penalty killing. You have to be in the top third in special teams in order to have, and the Panthers were that way last year.
So what do they have to do over the next 20 games? There's 20 games left starting tonight.
15-6.
15-6.
I think so. The 15-6. And you take a look at the schedule, and the Panthers have a lot of home games, and they got a lot of games against teams that are below them that have really over the last couple weeks have unloaded to restock and get draft picks. So this Nashville team here tonight, no disrespect to them because they beat the Panthers, 7-4 or 7-3 a week and a half ago. They're missing 3 or 4 of their players that were played last time they met. So the Panthers should take care of business. And this one here, Pittsburgh, is going to be an unbelievable game, and they are scratching and crawling for a playoff spot as well. So that should be a lot of fun. But
this play should be exciting on Saturday.
Yeah, it will.
Night.
It will. And that. But I'm bullish. I've said it. And when you tell people, oh boy, you got to go 15-6. Oh my goodness, the Panthers. If you break it down, if they have 3 games during a week, they got to win 2 of them. If they have 4 games during the week, which they've got a few of those coming up, most of them or whatever, they got to win 3 out of 4. And it's that simple. So when it's a cliche and it's overused and that, but the Panthers are in a playoffs right now. They know that every game is that important, and that's why it was disappointing losing that game against Buffalo. But Buffalo was on a high. They've got some good young players, whatever, and just like the Panthers took it to them in the 2 meetings in Buffalo came down and they really played well, and the Panthers they got exposed a little bit in that game.
So getting Duclair back is a nice help.
Yep.
And then Barkov and Bennett, so you say they'll probably be out tonight and maybe be back on Saturday?
That's what we're hearing, that they won't be in the lineup tonight, and they're hoping that they'll be in on Saturday.
So then you're at full strength then, right?
Yeah, pretty well. And then, and Sergei Bobrovsky, the way the schedule, the Panthers only have 2 back-to-back instant games. They only got 2 of them for the rest of the schedule. So if they rest Bobrovsky, and that properly, and that which they will, and that he took the day off yesterday, had a little bit of a morning skate this morning or whatever, just to get loosened up or whatever, they should be able to ride Bobrovsky for the majority of the games, and he has played well. Bobrovsky has given the Panthers 15 out of the last 17 games that he has played. He's given them an opportunity to win, and that's all you can ask for your goaltender.
And Moller, don't make fun of me. I'm not I'm not Mario Lemieux when it comes to hockey. Why does the goalie need so much rest? He moves 2 feet left and right all game.
Well, when you got 45 shots coming at you, and you got to be
They're coming 100
bouncing
miles an
around,
hour.
and, yeah.
But I know you moving your arm and stuff.
What do you just?
It's difficult, but I don't know if it's
You
exhausting.
think he just stands there and then leans on the back of the?
Then you just hire Badlands Booker. You just try to get a big guy in there.
He kind of does stand there.
Goaltending is not the backup field goal kicker.
They're very important.
It's one of the hardest positions in all of sports, and you're making it sound like you put an oaf there and just stand there.
Yeah, like he's a backup long
Literally,
snapper.
I listened to a podcast about the e-bug, which is the emergency backup goaltender.
Yeah.
And part of this podcast was the position is so difficult that you have to have, I don't know if you the e-bug, so they have at every stadium a guy who can fill in at goaltender if the two goalies who are on the roster
on each side.
So there's a guy in the arena at every game, and if two of the goaltenders go down for one of the teams, that guy goes and plays goalie for that team. Could be either team.
Yeah.
And they were saying the position of goaltender is so difficult that's why you need an e-bug. You have professional hockey players. How many are active on a roster on a given night?
20.
They cannot play goalie. They literally, like in football, the two quarterbacks go down, there's an emergency quarterback, but it's a guy who plays a position.
Yeah, wide receiver.
Right? Kicker goes down, someone's going to try to kick. The goaltending position is so difficult, correct me, you played the game, is so difficult that professional hockey players say, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I haven't done it. I cannot do it.
Yeah, and the play is so fast, and they have to be able to be so mobile, and they go side to side and come out and back up and hug the post, and that it's a specialized position.
I mean, if you had to fill in one night and play goalie when you were playing in the NHL, how many goals would you give up? I mean, would you make a save?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I'd be more scared than anything. Keep it low, guys. Just keep it low.
Why don't they put on 2 gloves? I would want to wear 2 gloves.
They
don't
don't wear
need a
2
stick.
gloves. It's just a stick glove.
What is this, a hockey 101 we're doing here with this guy?
They need all this rest. They don't move.
No, that's and the thing is, if you watch Sergei Bobrovsky, well, and most goaltenders, and that they've got their routines on off days and they're off ice, and then when they get on the ice and their warm-ups and what the shots that they're looking at and how they do their angles, and they work with the goaltending coaches, and then practice is over, morning skates are over, they're back in and they do more stretching, and that you think that they're sitting here eating all this candy that you got on the table or whatever, and that's not the case. That's not the case. They really work hard. I've got such an admiration for goaltenders because they're under the microscope all
There was
the time.
a goaltender who scored a goal the other night.
Yeah, Allmark. Yeah, for Boston.
That was great, man.
Yeah,
Place
it hasn't been done in a while or whatever. And now, what a phenomenal season.
Yeah, it was wild.
From all the way on the other side.
There was an empty netter, and he got it, and he just he flung it down there. I think I'd read that it's happened like 8 times in NHL history that a goalie has scored a goal. Like, it doesn't happen.
Yeah. And he tried it. Yeah, there's the odd time a goaltender will try it or whatever and that, but you look kind of foolish if you
Well, that's just saying they try it. It's not to go wide. Like, if you're gonna do it, you better put it in.
You gotta have a lot of confidence in that. So I know the Panthers, they got all the confidence in Sergei Bobrovsky and that, and he'll be in net again here, and then he probably on Saturday and carry the load. And I think he's played really well and given the Panthers an opportunity to win. That's all you can ask for.
Tonight is a Star Wars night here at the arena. Yeah. Are you a Star Wars guy, Moller?
Not really. I saw the first one, and then I kind of just waned after that. And after it was 4 and 5 and then all that other already. Stuff and that, but it's fun. And
it's a great night.
I love the way people get into it.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
They're just so passionate about. That's what I like to see in that. So, there'll be some funny pictures and some funny videos and that. So if you're watching the game, I'm sure coming back from breaks and intermissions and everything like that, they'll be shooting all the different characters and that. Where were we? We were just in Tampa on on
Tuesday.
Yeah, on Tuesday, and they had their Star Wars night, and it was pretty funny. There was some funny stuff. There was some funny stuff.
They do a good Star Wars night here. They play all the music.
And then they got the beer fest on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yeah, that'll be fun too.
Saturday.
That sells out all the time. Wall to wall. Yeah, it is.
It's
incredible.
the Pucks and Pints Beer Fest, and it's presented by our friends at Funky Buddha, who we love so much. In fact, I have one of the Funky Buddha little beer mugs right here.
Oh, the one you go around and you the taste this? Oh,
you
that's
get all the
cool.
different beers. So the general admission ticket includes unlimited sampling, sampling from participating breweries,
Mr.
and then
Unlimited.
fans, unlimited. Fans can purchase a general admission ticket, and that includes upper end zone ticket, access to the beer garden from 2:30 till 4:30, the Pucks and Pints sampling mug there that I just showed you, and then unlimited
Mr. Unlimited.
sampling from 2:30 till 4:30, and all the proceeds benefit the Florida Panthers Foundation. So
yeah, and that thanks to
Saturday.
Funky Buddha. They're great partners in that, and it's been really popular ever since they started it a number of years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago. It's been really good.
Watch Moller tonight, Valley Sports Florida. Have a great broadcast. Thank you, as always, for joining us.
All right, and keep reading up on that Hockey 101.
What happened here? Moller,
and
what happened here?
Skip forward to the goaltending position.
I mean, wouldn't it be easier if they didn't play it on ice, if they just played it on a parquet floor?
Yeah, why did goaltenders have to wear skates? They don't skate around. They just wear rubber boots.
Here?
Some spiked shoes, a little quicker laterally.
All right, guys.
The shop where you shop for mountain climbing, like the whatever you call it.
Now we're having a conversation.
Now Moller's pissed. Now Moller just left. He's pissed. He's done with you.